Hi, today we will have a look at this thing. So this is a central management unit from a Soviet armored vehicle, either BMP-1 or BRDM-2. So it is mostly a box filled with contactors, relays, and a fuse, and some electronics. And it is more than 12 kilograms heavy, so quite impressive. On this front side here you can see a panel with 6 fuses, but this panel cannot be removed because the screws are sealed with very hard epoxy. Here we have one module that we will be able to remove. Push buttons here, the manufacturer plate with a model number, and the weight is written. Here it is written 13 kilos, but in fact it is more 12 than 13. Here some potentiometer with a shock protecting piece over it. Here the attachment legs for the chassis of the vehicle. If I lift this cover, guys, here is what we have. As you can see, so in the cover we have 2 lights shining at the panel. Just regular bulbs inside. Here we have more fuses on the sides, buttons. Push buttons here with, which is a very rare 7-segment LED displays. I think it is the only object, Soviet-made thing I have with 7-segment displays. They are not common at all. So it makes it really a collectible piece. More buttons here with a protective piece over it, some lights. And here a bunch of status lights, probably LED lights. So this thing manages the switching on and off of the device in the vehicle, I believe. You can see the cover is made of a thick die-cast aluminum, and the white paint in these tank control panels, I believe. The purpose, as it is not very light in tanks, is to make them more easy to see. At the bottom, a bunch of connectors, as you can see, some with large contacts for high current. The other are quite smaller contacts. This kind of connector is the one you find on the rocket control joysticks, missile, anti-tank missiles control joysticks, like the one I have. Here you can see the quite approximative work in the die-cast molding. Okay. So on the sides we have access panel. And on the rear to a big access panel. I did already remove the screws for the teardown. And now we will have a look at what we find behind these panels. Okay, first one on the side here. The opposite side is exactly the same, so it will not be necessary to have a look at the opposite side. So you can first see the thickness of the cover. Must be 4 millimeters or something like this. Quite impressive. So here we have wires and 2 beefy contactors. They are aircraft grade contactors. The attracting coil is located behind. So if I remove this Amberton cover, we will see the actual contacts. Well, it is a single pole contactor. try not to damage the screw. So here is the contact here, situating like so. You can see the path of the current is like so, and the two other contacts here are for the coil. Here is the little cover for it. Quite interesting design. And the contactor is attached on a metal plate with this screw and another one here at the back of the wire. I used to have a bunch of these contactors, but I do not know what I did with them as a spare part, but I haven't got them anymore. So not sure where they went. Okay, so we'll put this back together and we will have a look at the two electronic modules. Okay, here we have this cover which is hiding a part of the electronics. By the way, inside is mostly filled with relays. So this should come off, if I remember correctly. It is probably stuck with a seal. Yes, here we are. So we have a little PCB like so, double-sided, but the thing is hard wired and it is not possible to disconnect it easily. As you can see, we have a PCB with here we have trim pots, but they are not, you cannot reach the useful side of it, the trimmer side. We have transistors, small kind relays, capacitors. Other side is mostly the same thing. Here you can see the wire loom for it, going inside the thing, and I can see at the bottom here a very thick wire loom, so I will try to show you, so you can have a guess here of the thickness of the casing. 4 mm, 4 or 5 mm everywhere. So this is the first module. Let me show you the wire looms inside, like so. Look at this, guys, here. This is a thick piece of wire loom, probably 3 centimeters in diameter. Quite impressive. Really, it is a part of why the thing is so heavy, but I guess a good part of the weight is the incredibly thick case around it. Okay, now we will have a look at the next electronic module, the one with the 7-segment displays. Okay, so here it is the same thing. Sadly, it is not possible to remove the module completely because of the wires. The seal don't really... Oh, I did forget one screw on the front, maybe it's why. Yes. So here it is. Not easy to show you at all, like so maybe. So on this side, as you can see, we have a PCB with what must be relays. Lot of them, lot of very small drop shape diodes here, resistors, the wires. On the other side, in fact, we cannot see because we must flip the PCB. So I will remove the screws. Okay, it was not easy because the screws were very tight, and in fact the spacers behind the PCB fall when you remove the screws, so it is very convenient, in particular if they fall at the bottom of the thing. So here we have, as you can see, an army of capacitors, and these things called the Cyrillic letter are Cyrillic R, Cyrillic P, Cyrillic S, 33. So not sure if they are hybrid modules or if they are more relays. Because in fact, if there are more relays, I do not see where is the electronics responsible for driving the 7-segment displays. I hope they are not driving 7-segment displays with relays. Should be quite means consuming. So we have a lot of these modules. Here they are the same. So you can see we have 10 contacts behind each one of them. So they may perfectly be small relays. There is a very nice manufacturer logo on the thing. So if you can see. So here is what we have here. As you can see, a nice metal frame to keep the PCBs in place, and a sandwich of 3 PCBs responsible for doing something probably. Okay, now if I move it on the side, here at the bottom you can have a look at the inside of the thing. Look at this, guys. Big these things are big relays, and all at the bottom we have all the wires going to the connectors. It's pretty amazing the number of relays in this box. These ones are really beefy ones. I guess we will be able to have access to them with removing the rear cover. For now, here is an overview of the module for you. So I will put this back in place and we will have a look at the rear cover now. Before we open the main access cover, a little quick look at these lights here. So they are just clear lamps and regular bulb. But the holder in which they are installed is quite amazing. It is cast aluminum. It is screwed on the cover here. I will show you what it looks inside. Just 2 screws to remove. And here is what we have inside, guys. You are too high for this. So you can see the bulb holder socket is epoxied in the metal piece. We have a rubber seal around, and the power supply cable is a coaxial cable with quite a thick conductor in the middle, in fact, probably oversized. And it is, all this is already 3 millimeters thick metal. So really spare no expense with this stuff. Okay, now we can dig in the main access panel of the thing. Okay, let's go. I already removed most of the screws because there are lots of them. It is really stuck in place with the seal. Here we are. So thick aluminum plate, as you can see. Very special sale all around. Do not go to your car parts store expecting to find one. And here, as you can see, we have mainly one PCB with wires all around. So let's flip open this PCB if it is possible. I guess yes, but I do not know how deep it will allow to go in the thing. The screws are not tight, so I did already probably undo them. Okay, let's do it. So yes, it flips open. So here we have, as you can see, an armada of relays. All these boxes are relays, some other stuff also, but mostly relays. Metal body diodes here, and relays. It is quite incredible. So here you can see these three things are the metal can, big metal aluminum can relays we did see from the top. These three boxes here. I can see here at the back the PCB of one of the PCBs of the 7 segment display module. Here we have one more PCB with mostly resistors and more little diodes. Another relay here, wire looms, and on the side here this aluminum cylinder you can see is the coil for the contactors on the side. It looks like so, in fact, from the back side. And it is almost everything. So there is one part we did not see, it is what we have all at the front. But I guess it is mostly wires. And by the way, I have no clue of how to undo this part here. Let me check. Since we have screws here and here, and here and here, so maybe it is doable. Here on the top we can see these wires going to the, no, you do not see, the wires going to the small lights, probably indicator lens. It will not be easy to reach, in fact, these screws because of the wires and because of here. And anyway, there will be nothing more to see. And even if I remove this part, I guess it will be stuck in because of wire looms. So it will not be easy at all, so I will not do it. Okay, so here we have for this thing. I will show you again the controls. Then you will, if you want to play at home and try to translate some of the stuff written. So first a close-up of this the writings for these push buttons on this plate, like so. Then we have, excuse me, here something written. And if I flip it open, top indicators, side here, like so. Then how to do? It is so heavy, this thing. Like so. I think it will be able to. It will work. So here we have more stuff. The main control panel. I know this is the one for controls. This is tip, I believe. The hour, I have no clue. Well, type. Here we have, I guess, not sure if it is for the potentiometer here, this one, or for this button. And here at the top, one more word. Okay, most of the fuse are 3 or 5 amperes, by the way. So, here we are. Now I will pack again this thing, and it will go in storage for the next few years again, before I want to play again with it. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye.